Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and honestly, this was the deck that was actually supposed to be for today, but this video was also corrupted somehow, so I'm reshooting this one as well. If you guys haven't already checked it out, about an hour ago, I released a common charity build of Dark World. I think it's fun. I hope that you guys will think it's fun. That said, we'll just set that up there, and we will get our advanced format cards ready. And we will start our deck profile. Now, unlike the common charity, I'm only running one copy of Beige the Vanguard here. And again, it's just because he's a nice generic. Whenever he's discarded the other player's effect, he will get to summon. Again, not that big a deal. But in the common charity, I believe we were running two. And it was fine. Next up, we are going to be running 3 copies Brow the Huntsman. And again, if this card gets discarded by card effect, we draw 1. If it's an opponent's discard effect, we draw 2. Either way, we're going to draw cards, and it's going to help us out quite a lot. Next up, we want to run 1 copy Ceruli, the Guru of Dark World. And as you may have noticed, this is the super rare from the original run. I don't remember what the deck's name was. It was SDGU. I think it was Gates of the Underworld. It was the last Dark World structure deck, and it was also fantastic. This one's effect. When discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, special summon this card from the graveyard to the opponent's side of the field in face of defense. Now, whenever this card is special summoned by the effect of a Dark World card, it makes its opponent discard 1 card. So, in this instance, we want to special summon our Ceruli on the opponent's side of the field over there. And what we want to have happen is have that Ceruli make us discard a card, and now it's an opponent's card effect. We run 1 because more than 1 seems to break. You just draw it inopportunely. And again, it's just way more fun this way. So this way we could bounce and get our effect whenever we want. Next up, we want to use 3 Genta or Genta. Still not sure on the pronunciation here. This card's amazing. Was released in the latest structure deck. You can only special summon this once per turn. You can discard this from the hand to the discard pile. Add 1 copy of the field spell Gates of the Dark World from deck to hand. So again, we can sort of save Snow's searches for better cards. Additionally, if this is banished and you control a Dark World card, you know, like the Gates, then you can special summon this card. So banishing Genta for the Gates of Dark World allows us to discard, summon, get an effect, whatever, and then also re-special summon him back after we've already discarded him to get our field spell. So again, he is an excellent starter for a lot of combos. Go ahead, play it. It's awesome. The original boss monster, we got Grapha, the Dragon Lord of Dark World, again, SDGU. I can special summon this from the graveyard by returning 1 face of Dark World monster you control from your side of the field to your hand. It has to have a different name. Can't be another copy of Grapha. When this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, targeted card the opponent controls, destroy that card. Then, if it was an opponent's card effect, you may also look at 1 random card from their hand. If that random card is a monster card, you are entitled to special summon it to your side of the field if you so choose. Again, allowing you for some crazy plays. Up next, we want to use the new boss card, Rainbow over King of Dark World. We can special summon this card from the graveyard much in the same way that we play Grapha. However, instead of being any Dark World, it must be a level 7 or lower Dark World monster card that we control. If this is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, we may add a level 5 or higher Dark World monster card from the deck to the hand with a different name. So Rainbow will search Grapha for us. Additionally, then, if this was discarded by the opponent's card effect, we could choose to special summon a level 4 lower Dark World monster from the deck or graveyard to the field. Again, just sort of reinforcing our side of the field even more. Again, going to go with 2 copies of Silva. 2 copies of Silva seems to be my go-to this time. And again, when discarded by any card effect, special summon, opponent's card effect, special summon plus send exactly 2 cards from the opponent's hand back to the bottom of their deck. Seal those cards, seal their options, play strong, all right? Next up, we're going to be using 3 copies Snow the Unlight. And if you guys did catch the common charity build over there, this one is same thing. When discarded to the graveyard by a card effect, if was opponent's card effect, you start this effect by targeting 1 monster in the opponent's graveyard. Then, when it's either effect, add any Dark World card from the deck to the hand. Then, going back to the first thing, if it was the opponent's effect, then you may special summon the target from the first portion of the effect in face-up defense. So again, good card all around. Moving into the danger portion, because again, this was Danger Dark World. Running 3 Bigfoots again. If he does get hit during the hide and go seek, not only are you going to, I'm sorry. Let me just reread it. Then if it was so if the card discarded was not him, special summon him, draw 1 card. If it was the one discarded, target a face-up card the opponent controls and destroy it. So again, you'll get the destroy effect. Next up, we're running a single copy of Chupacabra. Because again, we do have some level 4s here. And I do want to point that out because in the extra deck that matters. Again, if he is chosen, if he was not the one chosen, special summon him, plus draw a card. If he was, you can target a danger in the graveyard with a different name, special summon it. Next up, single copy of Jackalope. Reveal this from the hand, do the hide and go seek. If he was not the one found, summon and draw. If he was the one discarded, special summon 1 danger from deck in defense with a different name. Next up, 2 copies Mothman. Again, in common charity, I was running this at 3, and I'd like to run it at 3 here. But I'm really already running like 32 monster count, so it's already pretty crazy. You can reveal this, again, play the hide and go seek. If he's not found, summon plus draw. If he is found, he is Dark World Dealings. So you can make both players draw 1 to drop 1. And again, since this will be a card effect, again, all the Dark World guys are going to get their effects. Next up, we want to run 3 copies of Danger Nessie. Again, if it is not found, special summon plus draw 1. If it is found, add 1 danger from deck to hand with different name. So this will allow you to go and play some other effects. We're running 1 copy of the Danger Ogopogo. So again, same first effect. If it's the one that is found, you can send 1 danger from the deck to the graveyard with a different name. The real reason for this here is the 8 stars. You guys will see that again when we get to the extra deck. Last 2 monsters and last 2 dangers, I promise. 1 copy of Thunderbird. And again, Thunderbird, when it is the one that is found, we will be able to destroy 1 set card the opponent controls. And 1 copy of Tsuchinoko. Little Danger Noodle is going to special summon regardless. It's either going to special summon itself because it wasn't chosen while drawing us a card, or it's going to special summon because you did choose it. So there's the monster count. 32 of them. I definitely recommend pausing and making your notes, or definitely taking the screenshot. I'll be right back. We've got 8 spells. It's a deck Joey Wheeler would love because it's all monsters. We'll be right back. All right, back with the spells and a quick breather break after. We are still going to be using 1 copy of Card Destruction. Again, super overpowered for this. We're going to make both players discard their hands, draw that many new. We are going to use 2 of the new fusion spell. We want 2 copies. Dark World Ascension. During the main phase, fusion summon 1 Fiend Fusion monster from the extra deck by banishing materials mentioned from the field or the graveyard. However, if you are fusion summoning a Dark World monster card, you may also discard cards as the material from your hand. During the main phase, if this is in the graveyard, you can add this card to the hand, then discard 1 Dark World monster card. Each effect is once per turn. So again, it's fantastic. We can do this during the opponent's main phase, since it just says main phase, doesn't say your main phase, right? During the main phase. So yes, during any main phase, which is, again, just fantastic. Additionally, since we are allowed to discard our Dark World cards, we can give a few more effects off this way. But again, just fantastic. We do want to use 1 copy of Archives. During the main phase, you may discard 1 Dark World monster card. If you do, Dark World monsters you currently control gain attack equal to the level of the discarded monster times 100. If a monster whose original type is Fiend is discarded from the hand by the effect of a Dark World card or an opponent's card effect, even during the damage step, you may draw 1 card, then discard 1 card, then draw 2. You may use each effect once per turn. Again, why 1? Because Snow is so easy to get a hold of. and it makes it super searchable. One copy Dark World Puppetry. Again, another quick play. Target up to 3 cards in any graveyards. Banish them. Discard 1 Fiend monster. During the main phase, except the turn this was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard. Target 1 banished Fiend monster. Add that to your hand. You may only activate 1 copy of this per turn. So again, it's got some recycling. It's really good. And then again, we're just going to finish out the main deck with 3 copies of our field spell. And again, the field spell is a 300-point bonus to all Fiend monsters. And also during your own turn, once per turn, you may banish 1 Fiend-type monster in the graveyard, discard a Fiend, draw a card. Again, if it's Genta or whatever you call him, you banish him, special summon him back, get the discard, get another effect plus a draw card. Fantastic. Real quick, and I'll be right back with the extra deck. All right, starting with the fusions, we're going to be using 2 copies of the brand new Grapha, the Dragon Overlord of Dark World. And this thing got like a true blue Yu-Gi-Oh paragraph. So this is going to be Grapha plus any dark monster card. So again, super poly target, sort of. Maybe side deck your super polys. When your opponent activates either a monster effect or a normal spell or trap card, while you have a card or cards in your hand, as a quick effect, you may activate this activate this effect. The activated effect becomes your opponent discards 1 card. So we are literally going to change the text for their card and make them make us discard a card, which means bonus effects most of the time. Additionally, we don't use that effect once per turn. If this fusion summoned card in its owner's control leaves the field due to an opponent's card, we can choose to special summon 1 copy of Grapha, the Dragon Lord of Dark World, that is banished or in our graveyard. And then additionally, after that, each player with a hand has to discard a card, which means additional effects. So again, fantastic. Going into the Xyz, I am running the single copy Divine Arsenal Zeus. I think you guys get it. 1 copy Exciton Knight, just in case we fall behind. Number 38, Hope Harbinger. Now, you guys can play this normally, or you guys can use an effect that I'm coming up with here in a second. We do have a number 60, Dugaris the Timeless. Again, good card, great card. The other way to play number 38 is through Draglubian. Draglubian's effect is worth noting, since this one may be a little less known. The opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Detach 1 material from this. Take 2 dragon number monsters with different names from the extra deck and or grave, except number 97. Special summon 1, attach the other to it as material. For the remainder of this turn, you may not special summon other cards or declare an attack except with a special summon monster card. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, if you used Hope Harbinger and it is now in the discard pile, you can still use the Draglubian. Normally, what I do is I want to use the Draglubian for either the Hope Harbinger for control, or I'm going to use a copy of number 100, the Numeron Dragon, for overpowering the opponent. The effect here, once per turn, detach material from this card. The gains attack equal to the combined rank of all Xyz currently on the field, times 1,000, till the end of my opponent's turn. When this card is destroyed by card effects, destroy as many monsters on the field as possible. It has to be at least 1. Then each player sets a spell trap from their graveyard to their field. When an opponent's monster declares an attack while this is in your graveyard and you have no cards, either in hand or field, then you may special summon this card. Now, the trick here is Draglubian would not be dead yet. So when you pitch this, the Numeron Dragon goes up to 9,000. So again, just kind of fun, think it out. You can either go control or you can go for power. Or you guys can pick a card that you don't own and play 2 copies of number 38 and then leave 3 of them for this combination while having another 38 that's viable. You guys could also, there's an Orcust. I think it's Dingirisu or Dingirisu. Still not sure on the pronunciation for that one either. It's another viable 8-star, I think. Moving into my links, I am running single copy of Appaloosa. Again, a lot of high-level cards. Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. Boral Sword Dragon. Again, we could populate the field real quick. IP Masquerena, get it during the opponent's turn. The Phoenix, the Unicorn, and of course, the Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. And again, what this is going to let me do is it's going to let me use one of my opponent's monsters, plus I could use IP, plus I could get the blanket protections. And additionally, if we're playing this against the opponent, you got to take one thing into account if you're playing against another Dark World deck. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that special summons a monsters from the graveyard, you can negate it. So you can stop at least one summon per turn. You won't be able to stop a bunch. But hey, that's why normally I have like my Solemn Strike sideboarded. And, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. So if you guys did, and I do think this one's actually worth playing. It's a little weird. It's like 32 monsters, 8 spells, no traps. So it's definitely different. But seriously, guys, go ahead and support the channel if you guys enjoyed it. What does that mean? Like and a comment. Super easy. Takes you guys a couple seconds. I promise you it's going to make me smile reading them. And I do try to read them as long as I get the notifications. I read them. Sometimes I get the notification like a week late, but I still read them. So you guys do that. Maybe we've earned your subscription today. If we have, go ahead, click the button. I would love to see that. If we haven't, well, I'm good trying again tomorrow. Outside of that, guys, do me one favor that's non-negotiable. You have to do this because you watched the video this far. I want you guys to go out and do something for yourselves today. I want you guys to enjoy it. It's Wednesday. The week's half over. So we're almost at the weekend again. Just enjoy yourselves, all right? That's all I'm asking. Just do something for you. Take the 10 to 60 minutes. Make it about you and enjoy it. I hope to see you guys again next time. Until then, peace. Later.